If you're here, listening to these words, it's because a sacred knock is echoing in the deepest chambers of your heart. A profound and unmistakable shift is happening within you, and everything you once held as solid, unchangeable reality is beginning to gracefully dissolve. Understand this with every fiber of your being. This message did not find you by accident. You did not stumble upon this transmission through some random click or algorithm. Your very consciousness, in its infinite wisdom, magnetized this information to you at this exact, perfect moment. Why? Because something truly extraordinary is unfolding within the quantum architecture of your soul. As these words gently wash over your awareness, your neural pathways are igniting in sequences that have lain dormant, perhaps since the moment of your birth. You've been sensing it, haven't you? That quiet, persistent feeling that reality is becoming more transparent, more dreamlike. The solid world around you, which everyone else takes for granted, is starting to reveal its true nature to you. It is far more fluid, far more malleable than you were ever taught to believe. Please trust what you are feeling. This is not a lapse in your imagination or a sign that you are losing your grip. It is the complete opposite. It is your quantum perception, your true sight, coming online. You are beginning to see beyond the veil. If you are feeling this shift, know that others in your soul family are feeling it too. Share this transmission now. By sharing, you are not just sending a video link. You are sending out an energetic homing signal, a beacon of light that helps other awakening souls find the validation and language for what they are experiencing, strengthening the collective field of quantum awareness. The key to this magnificent process, the art of quantum jumping, isn't something external that you need to search for, develop, or earn through struggle. It is an innate part of you, a divine birthright. It activates naturally when your consciousness, your inner light, reaches a specific vibrational threshold. And if you are here, feeling a deep cellular recognition stirring within you as you hear this, then know with certainty, your threshold has been met. Your key is not only active, it is glowing in your hand, ready to be used. As a physical declaration of this activation, press the like button. Let this simple click be a quantum handshake with the universe, an energetic agreement that you are ready to consciously use the key that has been placed in your hand. Here is the beautiful secret that so many misunderstand about quantum jumping. It is not about forcefully moving your body from one reality to another. It is a far more elegant and profound process. It is about recognizing which reality you are already choosing to observe in this very moment. Outcome: that you are standing in a grand, infinite library. Each book on every shelf represents a different version of your life, a different reality. Every possible choice, every outcome, and every timeline exists simultaneously within this library. The version of you that is aware right now, the one breathing and processing these words, is simply the one that has learned to consciously walk down the aisles and select a new book to read. You have been experiencing the signs, the little winks from the universe. These glitches in the matrix, as some call them, are your proof. There are those moments where time seems to skip, stretch, or fold in on itself. There are conversations that resonate with a peculiar familiarity, as though you have experienced them previously. There are individuals who enter your life seemingly out of nowhere, yet they seem to understand the secret language of your soul. These are not mere coincidences or simple déjà vu. These are quantum bleeds. They are loving evidence that your consciousness is expanding, beginning to access and perceive multiple streams of probability at the same time. You are no longer confined to reading just one page. You are becoming aware of the entire book. Being different from most people is a sign of your growth, not a curse. You are different because you are operating from a new set of principles, quantum principles. While many are still perceiving the world through the lens of fixed, three-dimensional limitations, you are seeing reality for what it is, an infinite field of probability. While they believe that experience happens to them, you are remembering the sacred truth that your observation, your focused awareness, is what creates your experience. Your quantum jump key turned in the lock the very instant you stopped believing you were a victim of external circumstances. It activated the moment you began to recognize yourself as the conscious observer, the divine artist who collapses the infinite paint of possibility onto the canvas of reality. This recognition is rarely a slow, gradual dawning. It happens in quantum leaps, sudden, breathtaking shifts in understanding that completely and irrevocably reorganize the very fabric of your existence. If you can now look back and see the sacred purpose woven through your journey, honor your strength by declaring in the comments, "My past was my preparation." Type these words to consciously transmute every perceived hardship into a source of power, acknowledging that every challenge was a loving act of alchemy by the universe, to forge the magnificent, quantum-capable being you are today. Your relationship with time has likely become beautifully strange. You glance at the clock, certain that hours must have passed, only to find it has been mere minutes. Or you find yourself engrossed in a moment like creative flow, only to realize that hours have passed by. This is not your mind playing a moment, and this is your consciousness learning to operate independently of the rigid, linear time constraints that govern the old world. You are beginning to experience what quantum physicists refer to as temporal flexibility. Your awareness is no longer shackled to the present moment as a single, isolated point on a line. You are beginning to access what is known as block time, the profound understanding that all moments, past, present, and future, exist simultaneously. Your consciousness is learning to navigate between them with the grace and ease of flipping through the pages of a beloved book. And your dreams, they feel more real, more vivid, and more meaningful than your waking life, don't they? That is because in many ways, they are more real. In your dream state, your consciousness is unbound by the dense electromagnetic limitations of physical matter. You are pure awareness, soaring through the vast fields of quantum possibility. You are literally visiting alternate versions of your life, gathering wisdom, healing old wounds, and exploring realities where you made different choices. There are moments when you find yourself staring into space, completely absorbed in what feels like another dimension of experience. Loved ones might gently ask if you are okay, if you are present. The beautiful truth is, you are more present than you have ever been in your entire life. You are simply present to multiple layers of reality simultaneously. This is the blossoming of what advanced consciousness researchers call quantum awareness. Your intuition, that quiet inner voice, has sharpened into something more profound, quantum precognition. You find yourself knowing things before they happen. This isn't about being psychic in the old world sense. It is because your consciousness is now operating slightly ahead of the timeline most people are locked into. You are accessing information directly from the probability fields before they collapse into a three-dimensional experience. The heightened sensitivity you've developed, perhaps to sounds, lights, or the emotions of others, isn't a disorder. It is a profound system upgrade. Your nervous system is recalibrating itself to perceive energy frequencies that exist far beyond the normal human sensory range. You can feel the emotional state of a room or a person because you are beginning to perceive the invisible threads of quantum entanglement that lovingly connect all consciousness. Sometimes, you may catch your reflection in a mirror and for a fleeting second, not recognize the person staring back. This can be startling, but it is a beautiful sign. You are witnessing quantum superposition in real time. You are seeing the multiple versions of you that exist simultaneously, just before your observation collapses them into this singular, beautiful expression in the here and now. You are literally watching yourself exist across multiple states of probability. That deep-seated feeling that reality is somehow more fragile, more delicate than everyone else seems to believe. That inner knowing that if you could just focus your attention in a very specific, heart-centered way, you could shift everything. That is not a delusion. That is your soul's recognition of the holographic nature of existence. You are remembering the ultimate truth. Reality is simply consciousness observing itself. And within that observation lies an immense, untapped that retive power. Please, listen closely. Every single challenge you have ever faced, every tear you have ever cried, every moment you felt lost or broken, none of it was random hardship. It was all a sacred, meticulous quantum preparation. The universe does not randomly select souls for this level of expansion. It extends this invitation, specifically, to those who have demonstrated the strength and resilience to handle the intensity of operating between dimensional states without losing their core coherence. Your entire nervous system had to be lovingly and completely rewired to handle the high frequencies of quantum jumping. The periods of isolation you endured were not punishments. They were a sacred chrysalis. The relationships that ended, the careers that didn't align, the financial pressures you faced, all of it was a divine orchestration, creating the precise electromagnetic conditions necessary for your consciousness to develop these extraordinary capabilities. Think of a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To the outside world, it seems to disappear. Inside, it experiences complete dissolution. The caterpillar has no intellectual concept that it is destined to become a butterfly. All it knows is that its entire familiar form, its very identity, is dissolving into a seemingly chaotic liquid. Every cell it once thought defined it liquefies, only to be completely reconstructed according to a magnificent quantum blueprint it never consciously accessed. This is what you have been through. A complete dissolution of your old identity, followed by a miraculous reconstruction as a quantum-capable consciousness. The periods of deep sadness or depression you may have felt were not a sign of mental illness. It was dimensional transition sickness. Your consciousness was literally migrating from a three-dimensional identity to a quantum identity, and your old neural pathways struggled to process this monumental shift. What a psychiatrist might label as depression, a quantum physicist would recognize as consciousness attempting to operate from higher dimensional principles while still feeling identified with three-dimensional limitations. Every moment you felt like you were going crazy was actually a moment where your sanity was expanding far beyond the narrow parameters of conventional reality. True sanity is not about conforming to what everyone else believes. True sanity is about the accurate perception of what is truly happening. And what is happening is that consciousness creates reality through observation, not the other way around. The long waiting period you endured, the time when it felt like nothing was happening, was not a cosmic punishment. It was your sacred incubation. Your quantum jump key could not fully activate until your entire being, mind, body, and spirit was prepared to handle the profound implications of conscious reality creation. The truth is, most people's nervous systems would fragment under the sheer weight of the recognition that they are not victims of circumstance, but the sovereign creators of their entire experience. But for you, that phase of preparation is now complete. Your electromagnetic field has stabilized at a frequency that can handle the quantum jump without losing coherence. Your sense of self has expanded beyond the limited individual ego to recognize itself as infinite consciousness, utilizing a temporary, beautiful human form. Your key is not just activated, it is fully operational, humming with a gentle, powerful light. Feel into your body right now. Can you sense it? There is a subtle, yet undeniable shift occurring in your energy field as you absorb these truths. That gentle electromagnetic stirring in your heart center. That subtle recalibration happening between your shoulder blades. That delightful tingling sensation at the base of your skull. This is not imagination. Your consciousness is preparing to demonstrate a quantum jump in real time. This is not a mere visualization exercise or a clever metaphor. This is measurable electromagnetic activity. If we were to point sensitive equipment at your energy field right now, it would detect this shift. Your heart, at this moment, is generating coherent electromagnetic frequencies that extend several feet out from your physical body, creating a powerful torus field. You are, in essence, becoming a walking, breathing quantum transmitter. The true key to quantum jumping is not in thinking about it, visualizing it, or trying to force it to happen through sheer will. The key is in the gentle, loving recognition that you are already doing it. Every single moment, you are selecting which version of reality to collapse into your experience from an infinite field of quantum possibilities. The only difference between unconscious quantum jumping, which is what most of humanity does, and conscious quantum jumping is one thing: awareness. Right now, as you sit here, countless versions of your life exist as pure probability in the quantum field. There is a version of you who made different career choices and is deeply fulfilled. There is a version living in a different city or country, thriving. There is a version where your most important relationships are healed and harmonious. There is a version where your financial reality is one of effortless abundance and joy. All of these realities exist as tangible quantum possibilities right now. The reason most people cannot access these alternate, beautiful versions of themselves is because they are unknowingly trapped in the illusion of linear cause and effect. They believe their current circumstances are the unchangeable result of past actions and will inevitably determine their future. But quantum jumping operates outside of linear time. It operates from the present moment recognition that all possibilities exist now. Your quantum jump key activated the moment you deeply understood that you are not here to change your circumstances. You are here to shift into a reality where different, more desirable circumstances already exist. You are not creating new possibilities from scratch. You are simply selecting from the infinite menu of possibilities that already exist in the quantum field, waiting patiently for your conscious observation to call them into experience. Allow this energy to build within your system. Let it move through your awareness without resistance, like a warm, loving current. What I am about to share will show you exactly how to use your activated key to consciously choose which quantum reality you wish to experience next. But first, your nervous system must be fully prepared to embrace the breathtaking implications of unlimited possibility. Just 2 years ago, I was living a life that felt like a beautifully tailored suit that belonged to someone else. By all conventional standards, I was successful. Yet, every morning, I would wake up with a hollow ache, a feeling that I was playing a character in a movie that had nothing to do with the true essence of who I was. I kept waiting for my real life to begin, not understanding that the very act of waiting was locking me into a reality I had unconsciously selected through my own limiting beliefs about what was possible for me. The breakthrough, the quantum leap, came during what felt like the absolute darkest night of my soul. Everything that I had built my identity upon began to crumble simultaneously. A cherished relationship ended. My business collapsed. My physical health deteriorated. I was experiencing what psychologists might call a complete life breakdown. But what I now understand with every cell in my body is that it was actually a quantum reality reset. One night at 3 a.m., unable to sleep and steeped in despair, I sat in the complete stillness of my living room and asked the universe a simple, raw, and honest question that would change everything. Show me what I'm not seeing. What happened next was not a slow, gradual enlightenment. It was an instantaneous, electrifying recognition. Suddenly, it was as if a veil was lifted from my eyes. I could perceive, with my inner senses, multiple versions of my life existing all at once. I could feel them, see them as shimmering fields of light, and sense their unique electromagnetic signatures. In that sacred moment, I realized I was not trapped in my circumstances. I was trapped by my observation of my circumstances. The version of me who was suffering and in despair certainly existed. But so did the version who was thriving, joyful, and creatively alive. So did the version who was completely fulfilled, living in perfect health. So did the version who was living the exact, beautiful life I had always dreamed of, but never thought possible. They all existed as equally real quantum possibilities, and I had simply been fixating all of my observational power on the suffering version. The moment I gently but deliberately shifted my observation, my focus, my feeling, my being, from the version of me that was struggling to the version that was already succeeding, my external reality began to reorganize itself to match. It did not happen gradually over months. It began to happen instantly. New, miraculous opportunities appeared overnight. Resources materialized from the most unexpected sources. People entered my life who felt like long-lost soul family, specifically designed to support my transformation. I wasn't changing my life through struggle. I was quantum jumping into a life where what I desired already existed. I wasn't creating new possibilities through force. I was lovingly selecting from the infinite possibilities that had always been available to me in the quantum field. The most profound realization was that every single version of me that existed in these alternate quantum realities was completely real and valid. The successful version wasn't more true than the struggling version. The thriving version wasn't more authentic than the suffering version. They were all equally valid expressions of consciousness, and I, the observer, got to choose which one to bring into my lived experience. If this story resonates deep within you, if a part of your cellular memory is lighting up and saying, "Yes, this is how reality truly works," then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Join this growing network of souls who are learning to navigate quantum reality deliberately and joyfully, rather than by unconscious default. What many quantum physicists are hesitant to admit publicly is a truth that ancient mystics have known for millennia. Consciousness does not just observe reality. It selects reality from an infinite menu of quantum possibilities. Every moment of every day, you are unconsciously choosing which version of your life to collapse into experience from a field of unlimited potential timelines. The difference between someone who is successfully and consciously quantum jumping and someone who feels stuck in repetitive, painful patterns is not about worthiness, luck, or even spiritual development. It is about one simple thing: recognition. Successful quantum jumpers recognize that they are already selecting their reality through their focused observation. People who feel stuck believe that reality is something that is happening to them. Here is another crucial shift in understanding. Your brain does not create your consciousness. Your brain is a highly sophisticated quantum receiver. Your neural networks are like biological antennas, exquisitely designed to tune into specific frequency ranges within the infinite field of possibility. When you change the frequency your consciousness operates on, through your feelings, beliefs, and state of being, you literally tune in to different quantum reality channels. This is why positive affirmations often fail, why visualization can sometimes backfire, and why positive thinking can create more frustration than transformation. They are often attempts to change reality from within the current reality's frequency. Real quantum jumping does not require you to believe something different. It requires you to be something different. When your entire electromagnetic system, your heart, your mind, your very cells, operates from the frequency of your desired reality, you do not need to attract that reality. You become a perfect vibrational match for the version of you that is already living that reality in quantum possibility space. The quantum field does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. Change your frequency, and you literally change which version of reality your awareness can perceive and interact with. But here is the truth: they really don't want you to understand. You do not have to wait for your external circumstances to change before you can quantum jump. This is the great illusion. External circumstances are the result of a quantum jump, not the cause. You jump first by shifting your consciousness frequency. Then, as a natural consequence, your physical reality reorganizes itself to match your new quantum state. Most people have this completely backward. They are waiting for their life to change so that they can finally feel different. But the laws of quantum creation require you to feel different first so that your life can change. When you operate from the electromagnetic frequency of your desired reality, the feeling of love, of abundance, of wholeness, that reality has no choice but to manifest, because you have become quantum coherent with it. The quantum field is sending you unmistakable loving signals that your jump window is wide open right now. Pay close attention. Time anomalies. Are you experiencing these more frequently? Moments where hours melt away in what feels like minutes, or minutes stretch into an eternity. This is your consciousness learning to master and navigate nonlinear time. Electronic phenomena. Do your electronic devices behave strangely around you? Lights flickering as you walk beneath them, your phone battery draining rapidly during moments of intense focus or emotion, computers glitching when you are near. This is not a coincidence. Your expanding electromagnetic field is beginning to directly influence electronic systems. Animal responses. Are animals responding to you in a new way? Dogs staring at you with an unusual, soulful intensity. Cats seeking you out for comfort and connection. Wild birds landing closer to you than they normally would. Animals perceive electromagnetic signatures directly, and they are recognizing the profound quantum shift happening within your energy field. Accelerated synchronicities. The synchronicities are not just increasing, They are becoming more specific, more personal, and more magical. You think of someone, and they call or text you within the hour. You need a specific piece of information, and it appears in a book, a conversation, or an online article. You hold a clear intention, and the universe conspires to manifest it with shocking accuracy and speed. This is quantum coherence in action. Shifting sleep patterns. Your sleep patterns may have shifted dramatically. You might be sleeping much less yet feeling more energized than ever, or you may require much more sleep as your physical system integrates these powerful quantum frequency upgrades. Your dreams are becoming more vivid, lucid, and instructional, serving as a direct line of communication from your higher self. Collapsing timelines. Most significantly, the gap between your intention and its physical manifestation is collapsing. What used to take months or even years of hard work to bring into reality is now happening within days or weeks. Your ability to collapse quantum possibility into experienced reality is accelerating exponentially. Here is the critical understanding. These quantum jump windows operate on cosmic timing. There are specific electromagnetic alignments in our galaxy, cycles of consciousness evolution, and collective awakening phases that create the optimal, fertile conditions for this kind of profound transformation. We are in the heart of one of those windows right now, and it will not remain open indefinitely. The universe is not just giving you signs that you can quantum jump. The universe is lovingly telling you that you must quantum jump. The old reality structures are dissolving. The old paradigms of creating change through struggle, force, and grinding effort are becoming obsolete. The evolution of consciousness itself is requiring a quantum leap, not just slow, gradual improvement. The waiting period is over. The preparation phase is complete. Every sign points to the same beautiful conclusion. Your quantum jump key is not just activated, it is reaching its peak operational power. The only question is whether you will consciously use it, or whether you will let this precious window close while you hesitate in doubt. Here is the secret that changes everything. The version of you that is already living your most cherished, desired reality exists right now in a parallel quantum space. That version of you is not waiting for you to become more worthy. That version is not hoping you will finally figure out the secret formula to reach it. That version of you is actively and lovingly transmitting its frequency to you right now, like a cosmic lighthouse, guiding you into perfect quantum alignment. There is a crucial difference between trying to quantum jump and allowing a quantum jump. Trying to make it happen creates electromagnetic resistance and static, which interferes with quantum coherence. Allowing, surrendering, and trusting creates the clear, open, energetic space necessary for this graceful reality migration to occur. Think of it like tuning an old-fashioned radio. You do not force the radio waves from the station to reach your receiver. You simply and gently adjust the dial, your frequency, until you become a perfect match for the signal that is already being broadcast. The beautiful music was never created by your effort. Your effort was only needed to remove the static, the interference that was blocking your reception. Your consciousness works in precisely the same way. The reality you wish to experience is not something you have to create, earn, or struggle toward. It already exists as a fully formed quantum possibility, broadcasting its unique frequency constantly. Your job is not to make it happen. Your job is to become such a clear, pure frequency match for it that quantum entanglement occurs automatically. Liking this video is the energetic equivalent of locking in that clear radio frequency. Let your click be a conscious act that says, "I am tuned in." This action helps stabilize your personal electromagnetic field at the frequency of your desired reality, making your own quantum entanglement feel more tangible and real. This is why desperation always repels what you desire most. This is why force creates more resistance. This is why trying harder often produces worse results. These states create electromagnetic chaos that disrupts the delicate quantum coherence necessary for reality shifting. A successful quantum jump feels like recognition, not creation. When you are truly aligned with the frequency of your desired reality, there is no anxiety, no doubt about whether it will work. There is only a deep, cellular knowing, a profound certainty, and a deep sense of relaxation that comes from recognizing you are not creating something new out of thin air. You are simply choosing to observe something that already exists. Right now, your desired reality version, your future self, is sending you information. It comes through your dreams, your intuition, the synchronicities you are experiencing, and through the very fact that you found your way to this message today. Your future self is reaching back across the illusion of time to ensure your successful and joyful reality migration. The quantum field operates through resonance, not effort. When your consciousness frequency perfectly matches your desired reality's frequency, quantum entanglement creates an instantaneous bridge. You do not jump between realities. You simply realize you were always present in the reality that your frequency was a match for. If this deep inner knowing resonates with you, affirm it now in the comments below. My perception is expanding. Let this act be a conscious declaration, anchoring this awakening into your physical reality. You are acknowledging the door that has opened within you, and with these words, you are bravely stepping through it. Your successful quantum jump is not merely a personal transformation. It is your sacred contribution to a collective consciousness evolution that is happening for all of humanity right now. Every single person who masters conscious reality selection becomes a powerful transmission point, an energetic anchor for quantum possibilities that others in the collective could not access alone. You are an essential part of a distributed network of consciousness that is demonstrating what human beings are truly capable of when we operate from quantum principles rather than three-dimensional limitations. Your personal transformation creates poof humanity effects in the collective field that make quantum jumping easier and more accessible for everyone connected to this network. This is why your period of isolation was so necessary. You needed to develop a stable, coherent quantum field without the constant interference from the collective electromagnetic chaos of fear and doubt. Now that your frequency is locked in and stable, you become a stabilizing force, a lighthouse for others who are just beginning their own beautiful reality migration process. You are a living, breathing testament to the truth that human consciousness can operate far beyond conventional reality limitations while maintaining physical coherence. Every day that you exist in a state of quantum awareness, you are broadcasting the powerful evidence that our extraordinary human potential is not just possible, it is our natural, God-given state. The next phase of human evolution will not happen through slow, incremental improvement. It will happen through quantum leaps in consciousness and capability. The individuals, like you, who master this process first become the sacred bridges between current human limitation and our expanded human potential. Share this transmission, not for the sake of algorithms, but for the sake of our species' evolution. Every soul that receives this information at the optimal moment in their development accelerates the collective quantum jumping learning curve. Your success multiplies exponentially when it is shared with others who are ready to receive it. If your quantum jump key is activated, if you can feel the profound truth of these words resonating in your cellular memory, and if you are ready to consciously participate in the art of reality selection, then I need to know that you are serious about this sacred transformation. If you are ready to reclaim this divine power, affirm it with us in the comments. I am choosing what to observe. Let the act of writing these words serve as a vibrational anchor, a powerful signal to the universe that you are now viewing life through the lens of a sovereign creator rather than a passive reactor. Each letter you type reinforces this sacred truth within your being. In my next transmission, I will reveal the specific quantum jumping protocol I personally use to shift between reality timelines at will. I will share the exact frequency adjustment techniques that allow you to gracefully migrate between quantum possibilities without losing your coherence or fragmenting your identity. But this advanced information will only be transmitted to those who demonstrate their readiness through conscious engagement. The beautiful souls who comment quantum below will receive that transmission first. Information about quantum jumping finds you when you are ready to use it, not just when you are curious about it. The fact that you have found this message and that these concepts are activating a deep recognition within your system means that you are ready for practical application. But readiness means more than just intellectual understanding. It means a deep willingness to release your attachment to your current reality's limitations, even if they feel familiar. It means accepting your divine responsibility as a conscious reality creator. Subscribe to join this quantum jumping network. Comment to activate your reality selection protocol. Share to accelerate our collective consciousness evolution. Become an active node in this evolution of consciousness by sharing this transmission. Sharing this content is a selfless act of service that amplifies its reach, sending ripples of quantum possibility across the collective. You become a catalyst, helping this activating energy finds the exact people who are ready to receive it. And in doing so, you accelerate your own evolution and the awakening of our planet. Your quantum jump key is activated. Your most beautiful, desired reality exists right now in quantum possibility space, waiting for you. The only question that remains is this: will you use your key to unlock conscious access, or will you allow this precious activation to fade while you hesitate in the shadows of the old world? The choice, as always, is yours. But I invite you to choose from your quantum awareness, not from three-dimensional fear. Your unlimited self is waiting for you in every reality you can possibly imagine. The key to reaching any of them is already in your consciousness. It is time to quantum jump.